Well, good evening, everyone. And today we'll be discussing a topic related to augmented qualities and features. So last week we discussed about augmented realities and virtual reality, and it was an introduction PPT which I explained you last week. So today we'll be starting with the particular topic that is related to augmented reality, and we'll be discussing the qualities and the features which this particular technology of augmented reality provides. So let's go. So introduction part. So as we talked about augmented reality last week, so let's begin this presentation with the part related to introduction only. So augmented reality is an interactive experience that enhances the real world into computer generated perceptual information. So we talked about augmented reality last week, where I said that it is like an interact. It provides an interactive experience to a user to an imaginary world with the help of the real world access. In simple word, we can understand augmented reality in these terms. And the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality is that in virtual reality, the entire environment is virtually created. But in augmented reality, it is a mixture of the real world as well as the augmented world. That is, it is a mixture of the real thing as well as with a mixture of man-made objects and artificial objects. So artificial objects are like it is like a particular chair is being drafted from a particular blending model like blender or somewhere else, and it is being put into a real world environment. So this is exactly how augmented reality means. So now, what are the key qualities of augmented reality? So interactive. Augmented reality allow real-time interaction with the digital element. So this is one of the key feature which augmented reality is providing. That is interaction with the digital elements. So many of us might have used various augmented reality applications using a phone as well. In last week, I mentioned an example that was related to a game that was Pokemon Go, and many of the users might have played that particular game as well, where we had to switch on a camera and we are given an assigned a map where we have to move around and catch the Pokemons. So this is where exactly interaction between the real-time objects and the man-made object is done. 3D visualization is enhancing user experience with three-dimensional objects. Uh, like if you have a Samsung phone, so it provides a feature that is AR models, where there is a separate model of a particular man, insect, or whatever object. There are certain kinds of objects, and by the help of those objects, you can see the 3D view of of how exactly that particular object looks like. So this particular thing is created by the help of augmented reality. Second one is context awareness that provides relevant information based on the user's environment. So augmented reality it provides the relevant information. That is the information which is being provided by augmented reality is truth. That is because augmented reality is meant for a particular platform where exactly the correct information is being transformed and it is being shown to the user. And the third and the fourth one is the immersive experience that is blends digital and physical world seamlessly. Again, in the definition part as well, I covered that it creates an environment where the real time objects and the man-made objects both are merged together. So this is exactly what is being um, what this particular line is trying to explain to us. So now this is a quote that the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, said on May 19, 2024 in the Google I/O event that was happened in the New York. That is looking to the future. The next big step will be for the very concept of device to fade away. So this particular statement was given by Sundar Pichai related to the terms when he was asked a question related to augmented reality and virtual reality. So even nowadays, these particular technologies are trending, and in future, these particular technologies will be providing a high amount of money as well. So everyone must try to learn these type of technologies as well. So essential features of augmented reality, that is object recognition, identifies and tracks of physical objects. Second one is motion tracking. uses sensors to track the user's movement. Third one is environmental understanding, that is map the physical space for accurate placement of virtual objects. And real-time feedback, that is provides immediate interaction and response. So object recognition means that by the help of augmented reality, we can recognize a particular object. For example, you might have used a device that is available in the phone, that is Google Lens. So in Google Lens, we have to just click a photo, and on the basis of the photo, we'll be getting all the particular information related to that object. So this is exactly what how augmented reality uses this particular technology. The second one is the motion tracking. Motion tracking means augmented reality uses certain kinds of sensors which enables the user to use this particular technology even when he or she is moving around in or sitting or whatever type of activity he or she is performing. Motion tracking system is very essential for these kinds of tracking system. The third one is the projection based AR. Sorry, that is a type. Sorry. Environmental understanding, that is maps the physical space to the accurate placement of virtual objects. So, environmental understanding it means by the help of augmented reality, physical spaces and accurate virtual objects can be easily understood. Like I talked about the Pokemon Go game, where there was a map, and on the basis of that map, the particular user has to roam around and catch the Pokemons. And this particular process of catching the Pokemon on the assigned map is done by the help of environmental understanding only. And the fourth one is the real-time feedback, that is provides intermediate interaction and response. That is in that particular game which I mentioned previously, that was the Pokemon Go game. The interaction between the user and the person who was making it is very common, because all the information related to the motion of that object or the man is being recorded and is being displayed in the real time. So this is how real time feedback is being done by the help of augmented reality. So types of augmented reality technologies. So marker based AR, that is uses visual markers like QR code to trigger content. Projection based AR, that is project digital light onto physical surface. A markless AR relies on GPS camera and other sensors for content placement, and superimposition based AR, that is replaces the original view with an augmented. So marker based AR is like many of us might have used QRs for paying certain type of money or scanning some or the other games to join a particular event or seminar, whatever thing may be. So how exactly this particular AR the QR works like? So the concept of QR was originated by the help of augmented reality only. That is, it provides a touchless and a seamless kind of service which takes only a fraction of second to execute. This technology was is very common and used nowadays, because it not only saves our time but also provides a good quality of understanding and money related to this thing. And this is why this particular feature of QR is being used in several kind of payment options and payment apps as well. Second one is the projection based AR. Projection based AR is like we might have heard about projectors and we have seen them also. By the help of projectors, ARs are being augmented reality is being used to project physical surfaces. This particular thing is being used in special events where a large amount of particular event or a picture is being shown to a large amount of crowd as well. Markless AR relies on GPS camera. Like this particular AR is being used in that particular game of Pokemon Go, where the GPS tracking system and the camera is being used to track the different Pokemons that are hiding in particular places. And superimposition based AR, that is replaces the original view with the augmented view. That is, suppose you are constructing a home, but you want to see how exactly your home will look like when it will get constructed. So this particular superimposition based AR creates a 3D model of the home which you or the home which you will be trying to create in the future by the help of the information that you will be transferring to it. Applications of AR in various fields, that is education, interaction, learning experience, and virtual labs, healthcare, surgical simulation, patient care management, retail, that is virtual try-ons, in-store navigations, environment like gaming, immersive storytelling, real estates like virtual property tools. So these are some of the common applications where augmented reality is being used, not nowadays. So, what are the benefits of augmented reality? Enhanced learning, like makes education more engaging and effective, improved efficiency, like streamline complex tasks in various industries, better customer experience, offers interactive and personal experience, and increased engagement that captivates user with immersive content. So these benefits are being very commonly used during the interview time also, that why exactly people are trying to move on to augmented reality, and what is the importance as well. So these 4 points are very important for interview process as well. Challenges and limitations. So technical concern like high hardware and software requirements is being used in augmented reality. Privacy concern is another thing, that is potential for data misuse and security issues. User adaptation requires user to be comfortable with new technologies, and cost. Development and implementation will be very costly. So these are the 4 points that are related to the challenges and the limitation that could be imposed on augmented reality, so that this particular technology has to overcome these challenges so that it can flourish in the market as well. So what is the future of augmented reality? So technological advancement, and improvement in hardware and software, wider adoption like increased use of in various sectors, integration with AI like enhanced captivate captivability and artificial intelligence. Second one is new application like innovation in AR users case. Summary. So we'll not do the summary of what exactly we covered in this particular PPT. That is, recap is from augmented reality qualities, features, and application. We talked about it. Potential is like augmented reality is transforming how we interact with the world. Final thought process related to augmented reality is emphasizing the importance and staying updated with the AR advancement, which is very common and very important when we are using augmented reality. So now let's move on to the interview question that we could encounter. So basic understanding part, these are the questions that are most commonly being asked related to basic understanding of augmented reality. That is, what is augmented reality and how does it differ from virtual reality? The second one is, can you describe the key qualities that makes AR technologies unique? The third one is, what are the essential features of augmented reality technology? Now, the second part is related to the application and the benefits that I talked about in it in the previous slides as well. The first question related to that would be, what are some common applications of AR in healthcare industries? How is AR being used to enhance the customer experience in retail? And in what ways can AR improve efficiency in industrial tasks? So these 6 questions are one of the most important questions related to augmented reality. Well, that was all from my side. If you have any question, then you can ask me.
So yes, which language is used for AR and VR development?
So, related to the language part, C sharp is actually being commonly used in this particular thing, because for blending part, you can use Unity like Blender also to make the 3D models. And related to that movement and motion related to all those models, we can use C sharp, and Java even we can use, because these two languages provides certain kinds of libraries which makes it very useful to use these languages.
Okay. And one another question, like we use together VR and AR or in a different way?
It actually depends on the requirement of the user. We can use augmented reality alone also, and virtual reality alone. And even recently, Apple launched a headset. So it is having both virtual reality and augmented reality combined in that particular device. Like if a user wants to use AR for a particular time, then he can switch to that mode. For VR for a particular time, then he can switch that. and otherwise both modes are also available. So this particular usage part related to both of these technologies depends on the user's requirement.
If like I wanted to develop an application like Google Maps, and in that Google Maps, like a street view. So how we can access like map thing in AR and VR?
So related to map things, you will first use the GPS technology, and second one will be like you might have used about that 360 feature in Google Maps. So this particular feature is actually using the pictures. It is not the real time video or the real time content that is being feeded on that particular app. There are multiple images that are being combined there, and on the basis of those images, we try to see the 360 view of that particular place. So if you want to you implement augmented reality and virtual reality both, you can use them, but the most important, the common thing that we'll use in this particular thing related to Google Maps would be augmented reality, because their interaction with the real time entity is also required, because that will exactly show the exact location. So in that, augmented reality is, I think.
So we can say that street view is like a AR and VR.
Yeah, yeah. No, street view is not like AR and VR. It is related to augmented reality only. Virtual reality means like if the entire virtual environment is created. But in this particular thing, like the tracking system which we are using in Google Map, it there we are using this VR technology. But in that particular part where I talked about that 360 part. So where there we are using augmented reality part only. There we are not using VR part.
Can we develop an app for the students, like less from the for the students for 5 to 10 class, like how to explain the planetary system using virtual reality concept?
Yeah, definitely we can make that particular app as well. And even you might have you if you are having that Google headset or via that Geo headset, there's a feature related to the education part as well, where there are certain kinds of models that are available in that particular device only. And even there is a app related to that Google headset and that Geo headset. So when you will switch on that app, it will provide you certain models. Like I think there is a model of Earth, and there's are certain historical monuments. So definitely there we can use this particular AI for education purpose. Like recently, there was a problem statement which I saw that came in the SIH 2023 hackathon related to Smart India. So in that particular thing, the problem statement was like we have to create an app where students can interact with the real time objects in with the help of animated characters, that was Chacha Nehru and Sabu. So in that particular problem statement, we were supposed to use AR and VR technology both, and we had to create a type of a system where the student can use and switch different historical monuments. Like if a student wants to visit a Taj Mahal, then he can click that particular model, and a 360 view of the animated view of that particular Taj Mahal will be created. And there will be a guide related that would be an animated character of Chacha Nehru or Sabu, that will be helping the students to know about the historical background of that particular monument. So definitely this particular question which you asked about that we can create app, definitely we can create that.
Like hologram and virtual or augmented reality, what's the difference basically in hologram technique or in this?
See, hologram technique is like it is a projection based AR. In the types of AR, I meant there was a type that was saying projection imposed AR. So in hologram type of augmented reality, we were trying to create. There was a screen, and on that particular screen, we were only trying to display that particular object by the help of a projector. But related to that hologram part, we cannot see the 360 view of an object. and we can't even experience that in the real time process. But in augmented reality, we'll be getting a real time experience related to that, because there will be a headset which will be making us feel like we are currently standing in that particular location. But in hologram part type, it will be a projection based, and with there is no requirement of headset even. So only naked eyes are required for that particular projection to be seen. So even the experience which the user will be getting is will be not very satisfying for the user as well. So this exactly is the difference between hologram and AR.
Like you say in your presentation, like 3D modeling is used. So I think that I don't study the hologram technique, but I visualize that maybe a 3D modeling technique is used in the hologram also.
Yeah, definitely. See, in augmented reality and hologram technique, both a 3D model is to be created. But the difference which I mentioned was that in a 3D model type, sorry, in augmented reality, the 3D model was made in a sense that if a person wants to the 360 view of that particular object, then by the AR headset, he can even see the different organs. Like suppose there is a uh, cricket stadium view that a user is making, and if he or she wants to see how exactly the pavilion will be looking like, how exactly the dressing room will be looking like, then he can click on that particular tab related to the dressing room, and he can see the interior view of that. And it will provide the user an experience like he or she is using or standing in that particular stadium or the dressing room, which will be very useful if you are trying to construct a stadium or a particular building before its actual map is being designed, because by that process you can understand the essential things and the things that are being required to make that particular building or the property better. But in hologram type, the user can't get that access of real time access. So it can all the user can only project the 3D model of that, and by the help of the mouse, the person has to rotate the mouse pointer so that he can or she can get the 360 view. But the essential things like what exactly, like in projection based, there is a problem related to the color. Like so there are certain projection or projectors in which the color issue is there, that is they don't project the actual color. Like if you are trying to project a pink color, it will appear like a light pink or a purple type of color over there, so it won't give the exact view as well. So that's why a hologram technique, I think the 3D model is being used in both, but implementation part of 3D model is typical in augmented reality only, and not in that hologram technique.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I think start my presentation now.
Yeah.
I think my screen is visible to all and I am audible to. My screen is visible or not?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. So in my previous presentation, I complete the Git part, and today I move to the GitHub portion. Like onwards, I cover only GitHub and the concepts related or the features related to the GitHub. So today, what I take that is GitHub and repositories and its remote repository. So basically, whatever we done in the Git portion in the local machine, the same things, all the same features which we explore in the Git portion, that same features we explore in the GitHub portion. That is the remote repository part. And when we go to the Git, that is the local repository, or we call it as local device, local machine. But this time when you done the things in GitHub, that is the repository. We covered the basics of Git, like Git, what is Git. We covered mainly the portion of Git. With the help of that, I can explain the GitHub portion. What is Git? Basically, Git is a distributed version control system, and the second one, what is GitHub? So basically, GitHub is a repository hosting service. So if you want to host something, like if you want to host your website, then you take the help of GitHub. If you want to host something, like if you want to host your commits, like whatever the folder your project you have which you have created, which then you use the GitHub portion, like the name itself, GitHub repository hosting service. So in my previous presentation, I was talking about the source tree, and in my previous and Bitbucket. Okay. So what is source tree and Bitbucket? Source tree and Bitbucket is like Bitbucket is also a platform that provides the hosting, and with the help of that, we can store our repositories in the public machines, like public servers, not in the your local machine. So that if I deleted the file in from my, like I reset my laptop, then these files are remaining in the repository part, in the remote repository part, and with the help of that, we I can download it and I can just use it. So I was talking about that Bitbucket. Bitbucket is also a hosting service like GitHub. And the second one, GitLab. It is an application of Git. Like if you store something that is stored in a cloud database, so we called it as GitHub. Also, Git is also stored in that database, but sometimes it differs. Okay. So here I explain what is Git. If you have asked a simple question, what is Git? You simply say that it is a distributed version control. What is GitHub? Actually, GitHub uses the basic commands of Git, but not in the command line form, but in the GUI form. Like I explain all the concepts with the help of command line and through presentation. So if like I want to use GitHub, the same implementation, the same merging, the same commits, the same objects will be there, because the software is same, the basic entities is same. But what is the different part? The different part is that in the GitHub, you have to there is a GUI providation. With the help of GUI, you can access like commits and many other things. If you see there, I in next presentation, sorry, in next slide, make your GitHub account. If you don't continue with the Git series, which I have covered in the 8 lectures, like 8 sessions. So if you don't continue there, uh, try to continue with this portion. Make your account on GitHub and explore features of GitHub. I will cover a single every step that is needed you for making a GitHub, and try to work with GitHub. Like I covered basics, but if you can't cover it, try to cover it. But sometimes if you not cover it, then go with proceeding like what I have covered today, because today is important. Previous is the time is gone. Okay, so just continue from there. Make so what
So where do you have to so where do we have to create the account?
what I can't understand where you have to create.
Yes, yes.
Firstly, open like I explained through GUI. I explain in continuation. You can continue with this with that part. Okay. If you are
Okay,
still on some part, then ask me immediately. Like I have not accessed this part and you have accessed this. Okay.
okay.
GUI portion, initializing your dashboard and etc. Like I have successfully created, your account was successfully created. So just skip this, just skip this also. here you can go in the sign up portion. Like you, if you save that sign in portion and click on this. So Vedant, I will continue from this portion. Like till this portion, you have any doubt? Then ask.
It's all right.
You can reach this point.
Yes.
Okay. So here I will continue. Like here is the main thing that I continuing. So here you can see your profile. If you click on this, this is basically a GUI based interface and that is open. But here is the special part. You see that github.com rd githubber. Okay, just copy it. And like if you have open your here, you wanted to open your profile, like profile is created and you wanted to open this GitHub account. So just I write GitHub and what is the username? Like what is my username? That is rd githubber. GitHubber. So just enter this. And if you write the HTTPS protocol also, like HTTPS slash this dash dash, then it will simply open your main GitHub account. Just enter it. Here you can see the GUI directly encountered your account. HTTPS slash dash dash at GitHub slash RD GitHub. Or what is whatever the username it is, you write it here. Okay. So here you can see the overview, what is the repository projects, stars, and etc. and etc. So I just moved to little bit fast. So repositories portion, you see that RDDA doesn't have any public repositories. So we click on the new, and I have to create the repository. What is the name? My first Git my first GitHub repository. It is by default a name. Okay, just my first GitHub repository. You can clearly see that there is no spaces and there is no anything. Okay, so like I see you a slide which I have done. So here with the help of your account, you can here, okay, I done this portion implementation part when I explain it in like how to create account. Exploring first repository at GitHub. In the GitHub, you cannot repository name with spaces by take spaces it take by default. So if you encounter like spaces in between them, like example in this GitHub hello at the rate this, so it will treat it as git slash hello slash hyphen. Okay, so with the help git hyphen hello hyphen. So yeah, here you can see the repository name only contain the ASCII letters, digits, and dot, slash, and hyphen, 3 characters. If you write any ASCII, write any something that has different from this letter, digits, the characters, these 3 characters, then it will take as the hyphen only. It will not take any like spaces at the rate, hashtag, power, inverted asterisk. So it will all change this format like hyphen. Okay. So in the making of a repository, if you okay, this portion I covered it later, but here you can see what I am trying to explain. Okay, so just go on this my first GitHub repository. Okay, so here description. So here I start. Let's start. GitHub. Okay, so let's start GitHub only. Public, if you want to that your files like whatever I like in Git portion, like I create a repository, I make a folder, and in that folder will be accessible to only my desktop. If you want that if the folder is accessible to all, then you click on the public. If you want that some persons only this folder is visible, that is if you are working on a project that you can't want to publicly done. So if just you use a public sorry private here, just add a readme file. Basically, what is readme file here? You can see in my presentation. Here, this note readme file should be named readme.md and located in the root of the repository part. Okay. So root of the repository part, readme file should be readme.md and located in the root repository. Where root repository? In the remote repository part. So just skip this. In the next slide, exploring Git. Mainly we are on this, and here the readme file. We, if you wanted to have any license, if you want to any license in your repository part, so just click on the today we don't have need any license part, so just create repository here. Okay, here you can see readme.md. Okay, so firstly, my first GitHub repository, it is public repository, and there is one branch is present. There is one commit which done by the GitHub automatically. So like in GitHub, there is a master branch present, but sorry, in Git, master branch is present. In basically GitHub, the main branch is present. So here you can see public, and like here slash rd GitHub, my first GitHub repository. So here you github.com rd GitHub and my first. So here directly you can access your repository through URL if you know the command, if you know the basic URL of GitHub. So here readme file, like I wanted to know how many commits is done. So just one commit, initial commit is done, the time. So here you can see the verified portion. If I just click is this commit was verified the github.com and signed with the GitHub verified signature. Like you have digital signature, there is addition of signature in your commit portion by the GitHub. So here are the hash value of the GitHub. So if if I working on a, I just committed a mini portion like today I have done. So if you are moving the previous commit, previous to previous commit, you just use that double click on this arrow and you can move it. So I just go in my main portion here. And what is the content inside the readme.md, my first GitHub repository? Let's start GitHub. So just here you can see the content inside the readme.md because I done this is as a public one. Okay. So what hash value is this? If I want that edits this file, okay, just click on this portion. I just write hello GitHub. Git. Okay, just here you can scroll down. Okay, done. So commit changes. Here you can see update readme.md. It is the default commit name which will take by the GitHub. If you want to change it, just click and name the change this name. So commit directly go to the main branch. So here is the difference. Like previous GitHub versions, it take the default name of branch as a master branch, but this time the GitHub take the default name of branch as a main branch. So just commit changes. So if you remember that when we are done in the previous Git portion, then we have to write the GitHub many things in that. But here you can write a simple code and just it is committed on the clicking. But in the commit, git commit /m, the content of the commit. So it is a little bit hectic part, but it is the basic part. If you understand this, this will cakewalk for you. Okay. So here you can see how many commits is there is 2 commits. I just edited this. And if you want the edited portion, what's the edited portion? So just click on this. We are on we are on this file. Just click on this and here double click on the hash value commit. So here you can see these what are -1 plus 2 plus 1 5. I explained in my previous presentations of Git. What is this? So basics are the same. So here you can see showing one changed file with 3 additions and 0 deletions. So I just don't delete any content. I will move a little bit slower because you can continue with the GitHub what I try to explain today. Basics are not covered. Don't take it serious. Don't take it much, but you can continue from this presentation onwards. Okay. So here you can click on the split portion. What is the different thing? What I had added and I added in this portion and what I edited. So this is like 2 lines in previously present and there is 5 lines present. So with the help of split, you can see the changes like directly. If you want that something, if you want commit something, then you just write here, great job. Like if you go on many persons account and if you like the uh, their commits and if you like the code, just like I commented this on this. So here you can see RD GitHub is committed on this hash value. So if I move on the code portion and just click on this commits, the hash value here you can see 4B10AFB. So it is the recent hash value and this is the commit portion is done. So but if you write here just hash, you can see the hash value 4B10FB. So it is the hash value of the next file updated readme.file. So this is the portion. If you write the complete email of the complete URL of this and just paste it here, you can directly access that main portion where we have commented. We have commit, like in the commit we have commented the portion. So just I move in my presentation part. So feel free to find this repository and add comment in any of the commits. So if you want to add comments on my commit, so just you can see the URL clearly and you just go on the site and comment in my repository, which I have updated this time. Okay. So just we are on the this portion. And like this time I have to create a file. Okay. So add a file, create a new file. Like here, where in the git portion, nano command and like the stuff, the something text, some hard commands you will use. But here you can write like hello world. Okay. File name is not mentioned. So just I write hello dot txt. So here you can directly commit changes. Hello.txt, it is a default name it can take and it is on the main branch. So commit changes. So you can see, we can go here. And here you can see 3 commits is done. So the hash value of this is this, and this. So what is the parent of create hello.txt? The parent is update readme.md file and initial command. Okay, just click on this. So here you can get what's the content inside it. By default it takes a empty file, but if you edited this file you can hello.txt write the some content. So here number of branches is present. So how many branches present? Only main branch is present this time. Okay, so this time I just create a branch. Here write the branch name, create a branch. Okay, just an EW. Create new branch from me. So here you can see 2 branches are available, new branch and main branch. There I have to write git branch and the branch name and git checkout command. So the stuff is gone in GitHub desktop, GitHub. Okay. So we are on the new branch. And here you can clearly see this branch is up to date and with main branch. So when I explain the one-way merge, I just use the this, and this time if I want to create a file, then just add a file and just write. If I want to create a folder in new branch, so just I write is new one slash. So here you can see after write this new one slash, and then it is the folder is created, and I write hello 2.txt. Okay, so file name is created. I write hello git. Commit changes. So hello 2.txt by default take this name. So just I commit changes here. Commit is directly to the new branch. Here you can see. So this branch is one commit ahead of main. So if we go here, and new had recent pushes 9 seconds ago. So in the new branch, a new one dot folder is created, and inside the new one, you can see hello 2.txt. So you can clearly see that we normally create a uh, folder if you see the main branch, there is readme.md and create hello.txt and hello.txt. These all files are available, but there three files are available. If you go to the new branch, here four files are available, like this, and this. So in when we go on the new branch, there is something different. Number of branches is different. So here you can see number of branches. What is this? What is the concept of, so main branch is the main branch where default branch where all works are done. At the particular instance, my basic concepts is same in like GitHub, like Git portion. So particular instance, a new branch is created, and where I started my work with my colleagues. So that at that portion, Git a new branch name is required. So what I have created is new branch. What is the active branch which are currently working on? That is a new branch. Stale branches are those branches, like if these branches are in these branches, anyone not worked with like a half month ago, I will work on this branch. I worked on that branch, but on the period of half months, we not work on that branch. So just it come in under version of stale branches. So here is the list of all branches, main branch and new branch. So I explained the concepts, and I just go with the presentation part. So creating another author commit at GitHub tree. Okay, if like if you see one portion I missed out, uh, like if you have to move your pointer, like if I wanted to move in my previous commit, so like I wanted to see the content of this, I just go here and just click on this hash value, just click on this. So here you can see head pointer is moved to the rd.github update. So here you can see basically the content. Let's start GitHub. Hello GitHub. Okay. So if I wanted to clone this to the in our local devices, so just use this, and I explain the concepts of clone. So just here I write the git bash shell, open this git bash. So git clone, paste the URL, it automatically cloning it. So here you can see cloning is done. We are 13 object created this time. Like we have created the three files and a new branch, and inside the new branch, we have also created a folder and a text file. Okay, so just what's the name which my desktop is stores? My first GitHub repository. So just copy this like CD, and then copy this and paste it here. So it will change, and you can clearly see if write ls/l. It is the basic command which will list all. So here you can see hello read me.md and hello.txt, and inside the main. So Git is already in it. Okay, so if I want to know what is the content inside hello.txt, at hello.txt. So basically, you see that cat is the basic command to know what is the content inside the text file. So hello world. So we can plug all the things from remote repository to our local repository. But the conversation part, which like in from the GitHub to the Git portion, you can move with my presentation here. You can see remote repository has the same concept like working directory, staging area, and Git repository. Local repository has the same concept, working directory, staging area, and Git repository. So does remote repository update itself automatically after Git repository changes? No, you need to push. So what is the need of push? Like I edited some files in my local repository, and I have also edited these files in the GitHub portion, like in a virtually remote repository. Then I push these requests to the main user. What is the owner of your GitHub account? Okay, so what happens when remote repository updates? Like inside the remote repository, I have updated something, and I have to access this with the help of my local device. So you know you need to pull changes. At that concept from GitHub, I have to pull this. Git GUI applications like GitHub Desktop, Source Tree, VS Code may fetch updates from remote repository in background, but you need to pull them manually. Yeah, you need to pull them manually. Okay, who has a rights to write in the remote repository? Owner. Like if you want, you are another person working on another company, and you want to edit my files, then and then the owner have to grant, like I am a owner, then I have to grant the request that you have to edit it in my commits. Okay, who has rights to read or remote repository? Select if in that starting repository part, if you selected the private, then it will go with the private, or if you will go to the public, then public will see. Okay, so here is the end of my presentation. Today I covered a new concept. If you have any doubt in related to anything, then you feel free to ask. Guys, you have any doubt?
No, we don't have any doubts.
I think today you can you explain you understand all the concepts. So I take it over to my friend Keshav to continue.
Vedant, right now I am not available with my PPT, so can you please carry on? Right now I will attend my PPT afterwards.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes, yeah. Give me a
Yes.
second. I just screen. Okay, you can continue.
So, have you started the recording?
Yes, it is started. You can continue.
So, good evening, everyone. So, good evening, everyone. In the my last session, I discussed about the concept of object oriented in JavaScript, where I discussed about you can say about constructors. And after discussing about constructors, I give the basics of I just started the constructors. I just told you about the basics of constructors, or what the constructors are, or how do we use them in JavaScript and object oriented as well. So constructors are mainly very helpful in initializing an objects and performing any kind of you can say any function that is useful for passing any parameters or something like that. So constructors have a very important use case in the JavaScript, okay, or in any other programming languages also. While you can say they also, if you in most of the compilers, what happens in Java, if we don't have an initializer constructors, there is one default constructor you can say inherited by the compiler, because using constructor, it makes a reusability of the code and also makes the code easier to understand also. So in the last session, I discussed about the basics of. I introduced the constructors. So I'm today I will be discussing more on constructors. In next session or in next session, will trying to cover a bit constructors, and we will be moving towards of the prototypes and starting the inheritance. So let's begin with the constructors today. So constructors basically are you can say here you can say one example. So while using the this while using the this keyword, everyone knows we use the constructors, or we use the functionality of a constructor. So let's look up this code that what I'm showing in this code. Actually, this code is about JavaScript constructors. Continue. So here this is showing that here I wanted to print some, you can say uh, some values to my browser or to my output screen. But so here I want to I have told you about how to initialize or how to print an object towards the output screen in my last session. Today I'm going to show some variations over here, that when you want to, you can say uh, create any object, or create any, you can say uh, create many objects. So how you can do it? So many people. So in last session, I created an object by using uh, the simple method. But today I'm showing that how can I create multiple objects in multiple objects with the use of a constructor. Okay. So here you can see that the has been written over here. The code says that there is one, you can say, function as developer. Okay, there is one function as a developer, and there I pass some parameters like first, last, domain, profile, or you can say I pass some keys over there. First, last, domain, and profile. First name, last name. Okay, then I did like that as first name, last name, domain, profile. So these were my keys. Uh, then I'm providing some values like and then I'm providing some values over there also. So I'm using with the help of this keyword, this dot first name and this dot last name, this dot domain and this dot profile. Although it is not visible here, but I'm telling you that we mostly do it like that only. Because my last session also I told you about this, so there should be no confusion. So then I wanted to create one object of a developer or of a person who the developer is. So let's see what I did. I just took two, you can say, I took two variables. First as job one and job two. So in the job one, see with the help of a new is also a keyword everyone knows. Nothing to tell more about new, but it is also used for initializing an object and creating an object same as constructors. But also we are creating with the help of a new, but constructors mainly makes our works easier. So here I took the name of a class, then I passed the values of first, last, domain, and profile at Vedant Shukla, software, and LinkedIn, like that. So if you want to print on your browser, that multiple, you can say multiple objects, just not multiple object values. Just for example, if I will be you can say deleting this job two and writing last job one, so it will be get printed. But I created job one, job two, because in industry, if we talk about it, industry oriented, in industry, what happens, the use case is very, you can say, it's very complex, because for it's you have been given the data or details, and you have to print multiple details in one go, or multiple details to your output screen. So if they are asking you to do this kind of a, you can say, task in when you are fresher or something like that, so how will you do it? So let's look up here what happened. I just again I took up the two variables, job one and job two. Then although here I was
Recording you can continue.
so so I was telling you about, so continuing with the session. So I was telling you about that when you in industry oriented industry oriented work. So if you want to, if your the task has been given to print more than you can say multiple objects. So although I took the example of two variables over there, also I'm creating the two objects over there, but you people can create multiple objects. For example, 10 objects, 20, 15, 20, 25 or 300 also, whatever you want, the requirement is. I just took the example of two. And one thing more, I have just initialized the value. I just initialize a similar value. You can always, you can say, because I just do not want to add more of the values, but you can say edit more values, or you can create multiple values. So this is the basically basic use. For example, you can change the name with Vedant Shukla, or first in Vedant, second in Shukla, and software, and many, you can say, job profile or domain, many, you can say values you can take. So it doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. So what I did, I just simply moved towards my DOM part, and in DOM I was writing this job one dot domain and engineer, and plus, see, you can say told you about that, how what is the working of this all this whole statement. Job one dot profile, job two dot first, and job two last, and how do we use it? So here you can say the statement that has been printed over here is, I am a software engineer. I'm a software engineer, and recruiter can search me on LinkedIn with my name undefined. So it's hard to understand the statement actually, because I haven't. I intentionally I provided some errors also, and I haven't provided the spaces in my you can say inverted commas. So because that is the reason it is not printing accurately, and it has been messed up over here. So to resolve this kind of problems, actually, see, one value was got printed, that was software, and another was also LinkedIn, and job one dot domain and job one dot profile. Okay, this was got printed, but job two dot first and job two dot last was not printed. Why this kind of problem has been there? Let me tell you. So let's debug it. Let's resolve this issue. So before resolving this issue, I also wanted to show something more. Actually, here in this here outputs, screen, nothing is printed. Everything is getting blanked over here. So again, I did some errors, or again I was printing something wrong. So what I did, I just I just simplified it as job dot first and job dot last. Simply what I did, I was not, you can say, I was not properly creating the, you can say, job dot first and job dot last. So I was not properly initializing the object and its and its, you can say, and its key. I was not initializing it properly, because see, job is not defined over here. It is undefined. Actually, job one has been there, job two has been there, but job is not, you can say, has been taken or initialized. So how you can take it as job dot first and job dot last? So it will be showing a totally blank on a simple language. In a simple language, it is showing the sort of an error. Although it is not printing any error messages, that is the concept of JavaScript. Although when you are running it into your VS Code or console or log, while inspecting on your browser screen, it might give you an error. But only a console part. But here I was using the simple compiler over here, so it was not getting error, and rather than showing it as well, it as a blank. So okay, so moving towards the next slide. The next slide told us that JavaScript class method by Vedant Shukla. That was the heading. So below that heading, you can see. Uh, okay, I will discuss this later on. Let's first resolve the issue. Okay, so again I was passing. So now I was, everything was getting printed accurately. That was the statement was that I am a software engineer and recruiter can search me on LinkedIn with my name Vedant Shukla. So that was the whole statement that I wanted to extract from my objects, and that was printed over here. It's smoothly. So what kind of error was there, or what problem I sought out over here? I simply, you can say, first of all, you have please provide spaces to your inverted commas, otherwise it is messed up, and provide it accurately, otherwise it will also show blank also. So to, you can say, provide the spaces that it looks readable, that that it looks readable to the programmer or any user, those who is using it, or anyone who is using it. So what I am in job one dot domain. So it got the software got printed. So again, software was in there, was in the output, and job one dot profile LinkedIn. So and LinkedIn was also there in the output. In the previous slides also, you can search over there. You can see over there, but it was not demonstrating like job one dot first and job one dot that I wanted to print my name over there, and it was not getting printed. It was not allowing me to get printed or not ready to print. So why it was showing all that kind of, you can say, error over there, or what issue was there? Because um, firstly I was using, see, also it is compiler dependent. May you are using it in another sort of compiler, for example Visual Studio Code or something like that, so it might not give an error. But here in my screen it was giving an error. Although because first I was using the first variable, then I was using the second variable. So it should get printed, but it was not printed over there. So you can say, because what happened, if I'm taking the part of job first, so, or job one, so I should so it is asking me to take all the parameters, or all the objects of first parameter only. So it wanted me to take object of first parameter only, rather than, you can say, uh, rather than printing multiple, you can say, multiple objects at one time. So you might be thinking that what will be the use if we are printing the multiple objects, if we're not able to print multiple objects, but we are taking the multiple objects. Actually, for example, what is happening over here, because here it is ready to print job one dot domain and job one dot last and job one dot first, because I was taking the first statement in a full go. So then it is ready to print. But first I'm taking job one, then I'm taking job two. So the compiler is totally getting baffled in the statement of first and two. And first it was getting printed, and last it is getting all the things, it is, you can say, in the run timing while it is running. in your runtime it is getting confused and showing some error like as undefined. So so if you will be thinking that what will be the use, actually you can uh, create the object of any job. For example, I took the job as job 1, job 2 until 10 statements, and I created 10 objects like that. Or my age, my name, or like that, I created a 10 objects like that. So in 10 objects you can print any of the object. It's not just like that you have took one object, so you're taking one object. Or you can do one thing more. You can take another DOM, and another DOM ID, and then you can do it. You can take it as an assignment over there, that take 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 another DOM part, and then create, and then extract the value of multiple objects and multiple objects. So this can be one more use case. So I think you might be understanding all these things. Let's check up here what was happening over here also, there also. Actually, it here I wanted to show something additional. That is, here I was taking the parameters in the age. I was putting up the parameter inside the age. So what happened? I simply using the constructor function. I was simply using the constructor function over here, and as I simply use the you can say constructor function, uh, but name and year. And in the last session I showed you about it, how it was getting printed date got that get full year, and it was showing as I'm left with 2 years more to complete. This was a statement. So I, you can, if you remember in the last session, I told you that in my last session I told you that uh, that how you can take that function of date dot get full year, and you can do it to create and you do it to extract the number of years the you can say employer is working in the industry. So it is showing I'm left with 2 years more to complete. So if you remember in my last session, so but here I'd modified something, and what I did, I just passed one parameter as v, as you can say in my age function. I created a function as an age. There I pass a parameter as v. So then you have to print like that. If you that return v slash hyphen has been there, this dot year, that is the that although I'm using constructor over here. So this dot year, you can say, and then again I have created a object as date. That has been written in a uh, that has been written over here. Object as date, then date dot get full year, and then again I took one variable as year, and then object is a capital DATE function. This is an object. So here what I did, I just stored it in an year variable of, I stored the whole function in a year. Date dot get full year, and making the another function over there. then After doing all the things, see, age is a specific function. You cannot there you just have to return the this dot here, and in the constructor I pass the parameter. Everyone knows that there it is used for passing parameters, and and it is being used for that on that purpose only. So there I just took it like that. Let year is equal to date dot get full year as a function. So then my designation and new as a keyword over here. And then because I wanted to create one more object, okay, no problem. Now I'm creating one more object. Then okay, I'm creating one more object over here. Then I'm passing the values as Vedant and 2022. So with the help of DOM, you can say I'm left with, because that was a statement, and I wanted to print with the help of an object the my age dot for year. That is a specific, that is the main use case over here, or the specific function. My designation dot age. So age was one, you can say, where I passed as a function where I passed a parameter as v, and age is, and then you can say I just in age, inside the age I stored one function as year. Stored a function of year. and so the variable of year, and year has been stored, is capable of storing a function of did dot get full year. Okay, so this was the thing, and although it is showing, you might be finding it more complex. So you can carry on with the last, as I told in the last session also. So that is just a method. It's a new way, you can say, to print all those things, these things. So just moving towards the new part, uh, that is finding the output in the screen. For example, I told you that mine in interviews might they ask you to find the output of this, you can say output of the screen, or output of this function. So you should know how to prepare the output or how to find an output. So see,
Raj,
there are basic.
4 minutes left.
Yes, okay. So basically, what happens? Uh, basically what happens when you take two numbers, decimal. See, these are two decimal numbers. These are two decimal numbers. That is 0.1 and 0.2. Okay, then I stored it and x, storing it and x. Then I took one more, you can say, value, that is 0.3, and I'm storing it in y. So that I stored it in x, and it is I'm storing it in y. Then when I'm performing the console.log operation over here for printing the result, so what will be the output? So you can even guess right now also that, so it would be interesting to you. Because we are running shortage of time, let me tell you the output. See, the output will be as false. Output will be false. So basically, it is comparing. See what is happening over here. See, although you can see the comparison operator has been there, has been implemented over there. So the use of the comparison operator is to compare the one value to the another set of value. There is no problem over there. So so what will happen when you will be comparing, you see, you additionally add, you will be performing a simple addition, 0.1 plus 0.2, you will be getting 0.3 only. And then you will compare it towards 0.3. 0.3 will be equals to 0.3, and it should be showing true to you. The result should be true, or the one in a binary form. But you might be, what I'm saying, that output will be false. So when you're wondering what is happening over here, actually, when it will be converting 0.3, it will be converting it to the arithmetic, you can say, floating point numbers. And with, if you know the concept of IEEE, if you've been studying in COA unit 2, there was in one unit where they were showing the mantissa fraction, and how you convert the Boolean expression mantissa fractions that you have to take. So this is the concept of floating point numbers, IEEE floating point numbers. So actually, I just simply tell you the base case, or the final result, what will be there actually when it will get printed. In this is the case of a JavaScript. In JavaScript, when it is getting printed, 0.3 will be giving the some more, a larger value, not a a very large value, not the largest value of all, but yes, it will be giving the larger value than 0.3. For example, it will be giving you as 0.32 or 0.34 or 0.35. So when you will be comparing it towards 0.3, it will be not specifying the result, as you know, it's not equal. So it will be showing you the false function. Okay, it will be showing you false. And in console.log, in the second one, you can see that one is greater than 2 and 2 is greater than 3. So you can, if you write in this code, 1 is greater than 2, obviously it is false. And so 1 is greater than 2, obviously it is false. Okay, 1 is greater than 2 is always coming false, no problem. So false in JavaScript also, false is like binary form. In JavaScript also, it is taking it as a binary form, and binary form in false also always is 0. If you studied the concept of binary numbers, it will be, output is 0, or the wrong output is always 0. So 0 is 0 will be greater than 3? No, the 0 will not be greater than 3. So the output will be coming as false. So again, it is false. So obviously, the result of x will be false only, or you can say the zero,
Vedant, cover
or you
it
can say
fast.
false.
Less 2 minutes are left.
So what? So why it is so why it is happening over here? See, actually, what happened in many of the compiler will show you the result as true, but it is not true. See, and not why not true? I told you only. So I told you, but many of the compilers it is showing us, it is showing us you true, but but when you run this code, it will be intuitively it will be true, but the final print of this result will be false only. So nothing to more uh, think about that. So moving towards the next last session of this last part of this session, that is Q&As, question and answers. If you have any question and answers, you can please raise it up. Although I am covered with all of the things of today. So let's understand about the first thing, that is what hosting. Hosting is something like that. If you've studied about the concept of scope variables and global variables in many languages, uh, in JavaScript, that is what is hosting. So in hosting is similar to that only. So for hosting, you have to declare. It is used. Hosting is for you. Hosting is like declaration of something. Okay, hosting is
Vedant,
declaration of.
you cover
Yes.
it this portion in next presentation. Okay, in next session. Okay, you are understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Keshav, you can continue now.
Uh,
Okay, I'm leaving.
Vedant, you can stop your presentation so that I can share my screen. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Rudransh, please make sure that you have recording is on. Yes, on.
It is started and
Can you guys able to see my screen?
yes, screen is visible, but your voice is too low.
Uh, hello. Now it's audible.
Yes, this time it's better.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Kesho, and today I will start. Today is the fourth PPT, I think, related to backend development. So, आज जो टॉपिक मैं कवर करूँगा वो रिलेटेड टू टर्मिनल कमांड्स होंगे, जिसमें से सबसे पहला थोड़ा सा थ्योरी पार्ट रहेगा एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज द कमांड्स, हाउ मेनी कमांड्स आई विल कवर दैट आई विल टेल यू. So, in the second slide you can see our operating system basically. Wait a minute. हाँ. Our operating system basically works on two interfaces. जो हमारा operating system है, जैसे कि operating system वो होता है जैसा, जैसे अगर आप कोई पीसी आप चला रहे हो, तो पीसी में दो तरह के ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम बेसिकली आते हैं जो कि लोकल यूज़र या नॉर्मल यूज़र्स यूज़ करते हैं. First one is Windows operating system, that is GUI enabled operating system, and second one is Linux based operating system or Unix based operating system. So in basic difference between these two operating systems are Unix based operating system is majorly working on commands. So on that operating system, in Unix-based operating system, mostly the user works on command on the basis of their commands. They learn commands, and these commands are not are very less. They are in a wide range of commands. So it is very difficult for the normal user to learn the Unix operating system or Linux operating system. To perfectly use the operating system for normal users, Windows give its own operating system called Windows operating system so that it can easily for a normal user to use it perfectly. तो दो तरह के ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है. एक तो तुम्हारा विंडोज, एक है दूसरा यूनिक्स बेस्ड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. तो यूनिक्स बेस्ड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो मेरा है ये कमांड्स के बेसिस पे ज़्यादातर चलाया जाता है। नॉर्मल यूजर्स इसको कमांड्स के, इनके जो टर्मिनल कमांड्स हैं उस पे नॉर्मल यूजर कमांड अपना डालता है और उस कमांड्स के बेसिस पे आउटपुट हम लोगों को मिलता है। लेकिन जो विंडोज़ ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है, इसमें क्योंकि ये GUI इनेबल्ड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है, हियर यू कैन सी इट इज़ रिटन GUI ग्राफिकल यूजर इंटरफेस अवेलेबल होता है, मेरा GUI ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है। एंड हियर यू कैन सी CLI कमांड लाइन इंटरफेस, और इसका एक दूसरा नाम होता है, अनदर नेम ऑफ कमांड लाइन इंटरफेस इज कैरेक्टर यूजर इंटरफेस। हियर यू कैन सी these are the terminal windows it open. This is the image. Here you can see these are the terminal windows where the normal user can write its commands, and according to that command he or she will get its his or her desired result. So, and GUI graphical user interface, you here you can see in GUI, you normal user can directly see the videos, images in a very beautiful, or what I have to say, in a very uh, perfect form, or in a very like good order, in a very hierarchical order. I can see. So our operating system basically works on two interface. First one is GUI and second one is CLI, command line interface, and the second name of CLI is character user interface. Now, what is the difference between GUI versus CLI? Here you can see. I have written some of the differences. So first difference is in GUI, a type of user interface that allows users to interact with electronic devices through a graphical icons and visual indicators. So here you can see the image. One side is GUI, graphical user interface, and another side is CLI, correct command line user interface or character line interface. So here you can see GUI में आप लोग ऊपर देख रहे हैं कुछ आइकन्स दिए होंगे, ये एक ब्राउजर का आइकन है, ये क्वेश्चन मार्क का आइकन है, ये CMD का आइकन। तो यहाँ पे जो आइकन्स दिए हुए हैं ये नॉर्मल आइकन्स है, जो कि बहुत इजी होता है किसी भी नॉर्मल यूजर्स के लिए उसको डायरेक्टली क्लिक करना, उसको डायरेक्टली यूज करना। और गाइस, कैन यू एबल टू हियर माय वॉइस?
Yes, yes.
ओके। And on the right hand side you can see this is CLI, command line interface. Here for every work or for every usage we have to write a simple commands in this terminal. So this is command line interface with no graphics, no icon graphics, no any beautify content available in command line interface. And GUI consists of basic all the, what I have to say, icons and beautiful images to show what that app is actually all about for the common users. Second difference is graphical user. This is normally a full form. Third point is even a beginner can easily handle. जैसे कि कोई लेमन पर्सन होता है वो भी ग्राफिकल यूजर इंटरफेस देख के समझ सकता है कि जैसे ये फायरफॉक्स ब्राउजर का सिंबल है तो डायरेक्टली उस पर डबल क्लिक करेगा, जा सकता है। लेकिन अगर हम CLI की बात करें, कमांड लाइन इंटरफेस की, तो इसमें अगर हमको कुछ भी, जैसे मान लीजिए हमको ये ब्राउजर ही खोलना है, तो ब्राउजर ही खोल सॉरी वेट अ मिनट, हाँ, सो ब्राउजर ही मुझको खोलना है तो मुझे पर्टिकुलर उस डायरेक्टरी में जाना पड़ेगा। हेयर डायरेक्टरी का मतलब मेरा ये है कि किसी फोल्डर में जाके पहले हमको देखना पड़ेगा इसका कि ये है कहाँ पे। फोल्डर में जाने के लिए कमांड डालना पड़ेगा, इस फोल्डर को रन कराने के लिए कमांड डालना पड़ेगा। तो बहुत सारे कमांड्स होते हैं जो कि इजी नहीं होते किसी नॉर्मल यूजर को यूज करने के लिए, इसलिए हम लोग CLI अवॉइड करते हैं। सो और इसीलिए GUI इजी होता है, बिगनर फ्रेंडली, मतलब बहुत इजी होता है बिगनर्स के लिए। Fourth point is requires more memory as it contains a lot of graphical components, and CLI does not require more memory. अ, तो पॉइंट ऐसा है, जैसे GUI है तो GUI में बहुत सारे हमारे ब्राउजर्स होंगे, बहुत सारे सॉफ्टवेयर्स होंगे। तो उस सॉफ्टवेयर्स को और जो तुम्हारे एप्स हैं उनको खुद को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए एक आइकन चाहिए, उस आइकन का खुद का एक साइज होगा जो कि एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस ले रहा है। लेकिन ये वही अगर हम CLI की बात करें तो CLI कमांड लाइन इंटरफेस में हमको पता है कि जो मेरा ब्राउजर तो अवेलेबल है, लेकिन ब्राउजर जो अवेलेबल है उसको कोई उसका आइकन नहीं है जो कि साइज ले रहा हो, उसका आइकन की इमेज जो कि साइज नहीं ले रही है। कुछ एक्स्ट्रा ग्राफिकल वाला पार्ट होता है, ग्राफिक्स वाला पार्ट होता है जो भी साइज लेता है, लेकिन वो GUI में लेता है, CLI में तो वो पार्ट साइज लेता नहीं है। इसलिए जो CLI होता है वो मेरा मतलब इजी नहीं होता है, कम मतलब लेस स्पेस लेता है किसी भी पर्टिकुलर सॉफ्टवेयर को स्टोर करने के लिए। सेकेंड इज क्योंकि ये GUI है, इसमें एक्स्ट्रा इमेजेस एक्स्ट्रा ग्राफिक्स लगता है तो थोड़ा स्लोवर होता है एज कम्पेयर टू CLI फॉर द यूसेज, फॉर द फास्ट यूसेज। सेवन पॉइंट इज देयर आर कस्टमाइजेबल ऑप्शंस टू चेंज द अपीयरेंस। एज यू नो, graphical user interface which consist of various icons. We can also change the appearance of the icons according to our needs. But in CLI, because there is no concept of any icon on any image which represent a particular software in an operating system, so it is not possible to change the appearance of any icon, or what I have to say, any software icon. As UI is not more close to our hardware, so it is not, it is more flexible for user, but not more flexible for परफॉर्मिंग द वेरी हार्ड कमांड्स। मतलब ये जीयूआई मतलब लेमैन यूजर के लिए तो अच्छा है, क्योंकि लेमैन यूजर या नॉर्मल यूजर नॉर्मल क्लिक करेगा, डबल क्लिक कर रहा है, कोई ऐप खुल रहा है, कोई सॉफ्टवेयर चल रहा है, तो उसको सब दिख रहा है उसकी आंखों के सामने। लेकिन जो सीएलआई यूज कर रहा है, तो जो सीएलआई यूज कर रहा है उसको पर्टिकुलर नहीं पता है कि पर्टिकुलर आइकन दिख कैसा रहा है। ये केवल मतलब डेवलपर्स के लिए, उनके लिए अच्छा होता है सीएलआई यूज करना। लेकिन सीएलआई के भी अपने बेनिफिट्स होते हैं, क्योंकि सीएलआई मेरा फास्ट वर्क करता है, लेस मेमोरी लेता है। तो ये एक और दूसरी बात ये कमांड्स इसके पास इतने वेराइटीज के हैं, जितने हम टास्क सीएलआई के थ्रू परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं उतने जीयूआई के थ्रू परफॉर्म तब भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उतने ही अच्छी तरह से नहीं कर सकते। ठीक। तो दीज आर द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन जीयूआई एंड सीएलआई। नेक्स्ट इज विंडोज कम्स विद टू इनबिल्ट सॉफ्टवेयर ऑफ सीयूआई। तो फर्स्टली हमने पढ़ा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम दो पार्ट्स में आता है, दो इंटरफेसेस में, एक जीयूआई एंड सेकंड वन इज सीएलआई। अब सीएलआई दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो जाता है, बेसिकली दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो जाता है। फर्स्ट वन इज सीएमडी, फुल फॉर्म ऑफ सीएमडी, सीएमडी इज चीफ मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, एंड सेकंड इज पावर शेल। सो ये दो में डिवाइड हो जाता है। अब देखते हैं इसका डिफरेंस and the difference between PowerShell and CMD. So here are the 3 points which I have covered to differentiate among these two terms. First one is PowerShell. So it is a task-based command line interface and scripting environment based on .NET framework. So this is a particular framework, .NET framework. The PowerShell is totally based on .NET framework. With the help of this framework only, this PowerShell is developed. And the command prompt, it is a command line interpreter for the Microsoft Windows operating system. So command line prompt is also a terminal, CLI terminal, which is provided by Microsoft Windows operating system to interpret the interpret the each command which the user will provide. So command line prompt में और PowerShell prompt में ये दोनों का काम ये होता है कि हम इसमें अपने कमांड्स डालेंगे, उस कमांड्स के अकॉर्डिंग जैसा जो कमांड होगा उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमको आउटपुट मिलेगा। दोनों का काम वही होता है। लेकिन ये है कि .NET फ्रेमवर्क से बनता है, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट द्वारा दिया गया है, और बेसिक डिफरेंस मतलब ये रहता है कि ज़्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं होते हैं। ये है कि पावर शेल के थ्रू हम बहुत एडवांस वाले टास्क परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। वी कैन परफॉर्म अ वेरी एडवांस कमांड्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ पावर शेल, बिकॉज इट गिव्स अस एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव परमिशंस आल्सो। बट while using the command prompt, we are restricted to use the commands which are not too advanced. So for using the too advanced or administrator level commands, we have to use PowerShell. So this is the basic difference. It uses much more powerful functions like CMD. Let This is the power function. This is the function, so which we can use in PowerShell but not in command prompt. Second point for command prompt is it is mostly string based and is the older bash language with a standard set of functions. So bash language, as what I have to say, bash language is a language which is developed earlier, as which is होता ये है, जैसे बैश लैंग्वेज एक लैंग्वेज है जो हम लोग उसमें ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के स्टार्टिंग में जो बैच ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम आते थे, तब उस समय पे जो बैश लैंग्वेज के थ्रू हम लोग कोई भी कमांड्स परफॉर्म करते थे, तो वो उसके जो कमांड्स हैं वो स्ट्रिंग बेस्ड फॉर्मेट में होते थे। तो स्ट्रिंग बेस्ड कमांड्स होते थे, वही सेम कॉपी करके, वही फिर सेम मेथडोलॉजी कॉपी करके कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट्स में हम लोग यूज करते हैं। मतलब इसमें भी जो कमांड्स होते हैं वो स्ट्रिंग बेस्ड फॉर्मेट में होते हैं, लाइक PWD, CWD, these are string based commands. Third point for PowerShell is it can interpret both batch commands as well as PowerShell commands, but it can only interpret batch commands. So as I have told you, PowerShell is used, they both are same. Wait a minute. So as I've told you, PowerShell is capable of executing advanced commands, which are restricted which are restricted for command prompt. तो पावर शेल के थ्रू एडवांस कमांड्स भी हम लोग चला सकते हैं, लेकिन कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट के थ्रू हम केवल उतने ही कमांड्स चला सकते हैं जितने हम लोग को परमिशन दी हुआ है. So now I will, from this slide, I will try to cover some practical implementation also. So here you can see Windows R. So first command is Windows R. This is not a command. This is basically a shortcut key to open a. Wait a minute. Yeah. So Windows plus R. So if I will try to press Windows and then R, here you can see a run terminal is open. This command is used to open a run terminal instantly. We provide this command. तो ये जब हम लोग Windows और R अपने कीपैड से प्रेस करते हैं तो एक ये टर्मिनल विंडो ये दिस टाइप ऑफ टर्मिनल ओपन होता है. यहाँ पे हम लोग कोई भी कमांड ऐसा शॉर्टकट जो कि पहले से ही हमारा रजिस्टर्ड है किसी प्रीबिल्ट फंक्शनिंग को वर्क कराने के लिए, मतलब CMD हैज इट्स ओन फंक्शनिंग विच इज ऑलरेडी प्री डिफाइंड बाय द operating system. So this if I will write CMD and then I will press enter or OK, then it will open this command terminal window. So we will focus on this later off. And if I will press again Windows R and if I will write second is WinWord. So CMD is to open the CMD line terminal and WinWord command. Here you can see if I will write WinWord and then I will press OK. So this command is registered to open MS Office 2021 MS Office Word to open a Word software. Here after writing that WinWord in running terminal, I can directly open this what I have to say MS Word software. And the second is temporary Windows R, and if I will write TEMP and then press enter. So now you can see these are the temporary files or what I have to say or the junk files or the cache files which is not required by the normal user, and these are the junk files or the backup files. So mostly we have to remove these files. So I will delete this. So these files are not required. I will delete it. So temporary command will show us all the files which are not very useful for the users. These are the junk files. So to make our system fast, we should always try to remove those files from our system. And others also to like services.msc. MSC, if I will try to implement this Windows R, then I will write services.msc and then I will press enter. Here you can see all the services which are currently running on your PC or a local machine. Here you can see these, you can see live which of the services is running. Here you can see network store interface service is running right now, and these all are services which you can see. So to to run a particular terminal instantly, these run Windows are this will open this terminal, and here you can write these commands to open all these functionalities. So if I will write CMD and I will open this. So I will minimize this and wait a minute. So this I have covered. Next is now I will implement each and every command for CMD because today my main target is to complete the basic commands related to command terminal CMD command. So first command here you can see CLS and DIR command. CLS command in terminal and DIR command in terminal. So first I will click Windows R, then I will write CMD and then I will press enter. So here you can see this is the command line user interface where I can write commands. So first command is clear screen. Firstly, I will not use CLS command. Firstly, I will show you dir command. So if I will write, firstly, I will write dir command and then press enter. So after writing dir command, you can see when I have write dir command, here you can see the working of dir command is to see all the files and folders in the present directory. So right now I am in under C drive in under users folder under KTech folder. You can see if I will write dir command here, you can see listing of all the files and folders inside my directory command. The full form of dir command is directory command. So the working of directory command is to show us how many files or folders are there in this particular path. So dir कमांड का यूज ये होता है कि ये लिस्ट आउट कर देता है कि हम प्रेजेंट फोल्डर या प्रेजेंट पाथ में कितनी सारी फाइल्स या कितने सारे फोल्डर्स इस समय अवेलेबल हैं। तो ये हमको dir कमांड बताता है। अब देख रहे हैं जैसे आप लोग ये सारा एक पर्टिकुलर मैशअप हो गया है। तो अगर मुझे ये पूरी स्क्रीन क्लियर करनी है, ये पूरी स्क्रीन क्लियर करनी है और स्टार्टिंग से मुझे मतलब स्टार्टिंग से एज अ न्यू टर्मिनल हमको स्टार्ट करना है, देन आई विल राइट cls कमांड विच इज क्लियर स्क्रीन कमांड. This command is used to
Keshav,
wipe out all that is present in.
join again because less than 1 minute is remaining.
Okay, okay, okay.
Start, Keshav.
Uh, Can you able to hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. हाँ तो मैं CLS and dir command explain कर रहा था. Once again I will explain this. So dir command, this is used to see all the files and folders in present directory, the directory which I am currently in. So wait a minute. My screen is visible. Rudransh, can you please give me the confirmation whether my screen is visible or not?
No, at this time your screen is not visible.
Now it is visible. Now it's visible, Rudransh. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
screen is visible. Visible. Okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So right now I'm explaining the CLS and dir command. So dir command, this command is used to see all the files and folders in the present directory. This command, directory command, is same as ls command in Mac OS. Currently, my machine is Windows operating system. So if I will write ls command over here, my machine will not able to recognize what is ls. So I will see clear screen out. So dir command is used to see all the files and folders currently present in the working directory, and cls command is used to clear the screen command. So my next command are cd. Cd command is current directory command. So cd commands, we can implement the cd command in various ways. Like first, if first use of cd command is if I will write cd. Wait a minute. Firstly, I will change the directory. The way to change the directory. Currently, I am in C directory. Here you can see right now I am in C directory in users folder, and inside user folders I am in KTech folder. So if I want to navigate myself from C drive to D drive, so I will write D and then double colon and then press enter. So right now I mean my current directory is changed to D directory from C directory, and then I will, if I will write cls command again, so my screen is clear. So now if I will write cd command, अगर मैं cd command write करने के बाद enter करूंगा, तो wait a minute. Firstly, I have to move myself and so. So here you can see if I will write dir command in D drive, here you can see all the files and folders that are presently there in my D drive. So if I want to locate myself in weekly source content folder, so I will write cd, and then if I will write w and then press enter, so it will be automatically take the, it will be automatically take the name which is starting from w, and in this context it will automatically suggested me the name weekly source content, because I have write w, which is the starting letter of weekly. So if I then I will then if I will press enter, so now right now I am in C drive, and in C drive I am in the weekly source content folder. And now if I will again cls command and cdir, so inside the weekly source content, you can see my if I want to move to vs source content, here vs source content or your commands practice. Let's say if I want to move, if I make myself move to commands practice folder. So if I will write cd and then commands practice, then I will press enter. So right now I'm in command practice, which is inside weekly source content, and weekly source content is inside D directory. So ये मेरा पहला यूज है cd कमांड का। cd कमांड के थ्रू हम किसी भी फोल्डर्स के अंदर नेविगेट कर सकते हैं, अगर वो पर्टिकुलर फोल्डर मेरा किसी और फोल्डर के अंदर है, या पर्टिकुलर मतलब नोगेट कर सकते हैं, माइग्रेट कर सकते हैं अपने आप को। देन आई विल प्रेस सेव। तो राइट नाउ आई मीन commands practice folder. So here you can see my first usage of cd command, current directory command. The next usage is if I will write single cd and then press enter. Here you can see after writing cd and then press enter, here you can see the full path which I am in currently in. So that full path, if I want to see my whole path, in which path I am in currently, using with currently using my directory, then I will write single cd. अगर मैं single cd लिखता हूँ तो ये मुझे पूरा पाथ प्रिंट करके दे देता है, जिस जिस पाथ में मैं इस समय करंटली हूँ। ठीक है, तो ये मेरा cd कमांड का दूसरा यूजेस है। हियर यू कैन सी to see the current path or location, I have write single cd and then press enter. This cd command is same as pwd command in mac os. अगर मैं mac os मशीन में pwd कमांड लिखता हूँ तो वो भी सेम फंक्शनिंग करता है जो मेरा इसमें cd कमांड करता है। pwd कमांड हमें वही मतलब पूरी लोकेशन पाथ का दे देता है। ठीक, नेक्स्ट इज cd दिस second point, cd folder path or folder name. This we have seen recently before the single cd command, that how we can migrate ourselves if I will write cd and then folder name. So this we have seen. So let's say I have to clear my screen again. And then third is cd slash to move directly to the current drive. So you can see right now I am in commands practice folder. If I want to leave this folder and directly move to D drive folder, D drive. So I will write cd and then uh, forward slash. Then I will press enter. Then I will directly jump into my D drive. So this is the third usage of cd command, cd slash. Fourth usage of cd command is cd dot dot. So to move a path one step back, अगर मुझे अपने firstly I have to move myself. Wait a minute. cd and then weekly source content, then cd, then ps source content, command practice, then cds. So and right now I'm in again in command practice folder. Now if I will write cd and then double dot, wait a minute, cd double dot and then slash double dot. I am firstly I will cover this command, cd double dot and cd double dot, because I have used the two pairs of double dot. Then it will my current my I will migrate myself two folders back, because I have used two pairs of double dot. So if I will press enter, so I am in directly move to D drive, because one step back folder is weekly source content, and again one step back folder is D drive. So I will move two steps back and move to D. So this is the usage of uh, this is the usage of cd double slash and double slash. We can further increase the double dot pairs according to our needs. If I will do cd single dot, I will use cd and then double dot, but with a single pair. cd double dot and then press enter. So we move one step back normally. This also I have told you a drive name. If I want to change my drive, then I will use drive name and then double colon. So so these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to implement cd command. There may be more ways also, but right now I have not covered. As per our future sessions, if there is any need, then I will cover. So now our next command is mkdir, md or rmdir or rd. The full form of mkdir is making new directory command, and full form of rmdir is removing existing directory. So right now I am in weekly source content. Wait a minute. Right now I am in weekly source content. Wait. Right now I'm in, sorry, I am not weekly source content. Right now I'm in inside this commands practice. So I've opened simultaneously both. So this is the my terminal way to this is the terminal way how you can see, and this is the GUI interface. So राइट हैंड साइड आप लोग देख सकते हैं, ये मेरा टर्मिनल टर्मिनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है दिखाने का, और ये मेरा GUI इंटरफेस है। अगर मैं इस वीकली सोर्स कंटेंट के अंदर, जो कि अभी मैं एक मिनट, अभी अभी कमांड प्रैक्टिस में नहीं हूँ, हाँ। सो अभी मैं टर्मिनल पे, आप लोग देख सकते हैं मैं कमांड्स प्रैक्टिस नाम के फोल्डर के अंदर हूँ, और यहाँ पे जीयूआई में भी आप देख सकते हैं मैं कमांड प्रैक्टिस नाम के फोल्डर के अंदर हूँ। अगर मुझे यहाँ पे एक नया फोल्डर क्रिएट करना है तो मैं mkdir विच इज मेकिंग न्यू डायरेक्टरी command, and then I will write the folder name. So let's say I want to make I want to make a new folder with a name example, 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 folder, folder, and then press enter. So after pressing enter, here you can see a new folder is created, which is an empty folder. So let's say if I want to make new folder again, mkdir, with the name of that folder contain spaces also, like ex example example, and then say 45, let's say 45. So here you can see the name of my new directory contains a single space. So if there is any space, then we have to encode that particular name inside the what I have to say, commas. And then if I will press enter, here you can see new folder is created with a space in between. So this is the way to making a new folder. This is the way. So this command is used to making a new empty folders. We can also create the folders with a space with the space in between by writing the name of that folder in double spaces and then folder name. The syntax of mkdir folder is like this. Now I have clearly implemented. So it will be, so you have seen. And the next command is remove directory command. So wait a minute. Yeah, yes. So let's say if I want to remove these folder, or I want to delete these two folders, then I will write remove uh, remove wait a minute, remove directory, and then if I will try to pressing tab again and again, here you can see it will automatically suggested me the names example folder. If I will press enter, so here you can see it will the my folder is deleted, which is named as example folder. सो अगर मुझे जो मेरा ये दूसरा नेम है example 45, इस फोल्डर को मुझे रिमूव करना है, तो आई विल अगेन राइट रिमूव डायरेक्टरी, एंड देन डबल कॉलन बिकॉज स्पेस है इसके बीच में, और इफ आई विल टैब डायरेक्टली इफ आई विल प्रेस टैब, so it will be automatic, name will be automatically comes inside the double commas. So, and if I will press enter, so here you can see the folders which I have recently created with the name example 45 is also deleted. So this is the way how remove directory works. Remove directory command will work. So mkdi, one point I want to tell you that I can also use md in the place of mkdir, and rd also in the place of remove dir. These works same. The functionality of all these two are same. Wait a minute, guys. Rudransh, can you please tell me? I am having a sufficient time because my slides are more, I think.
You can cover it in 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So my next commands are, now I am covering the commands like commands to create a new file. New file. So let's say right now I am in this which path, currently I am in commands practice folder, inside command practice folder, and here in right hand side you can see this is a terminal view of path. You can see right now I'm in commands practice folder. So let's say if I want to create a new file through GUI, then in GUI I will press right click and then new, and then new, and then document. Let's say I want to create a file with text document. Then after writing this, I have to set one name like example 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 file.txt, and then press enter. So this is a GUI way how you can create a new file. Let's say if I want to create a new file in the command practice folder with a terminal interface, then I can use the command which is here. You can see type null less than and then file name. So let's say if I want to write type nul and then this sign, and then let's say I want to name the file as example example rdd dot txt, and then if I will press enter, so here you can see new file is created with the name which I have provided. So this is the command type null slash to make a new file through cmd terminal. So this is the way. One more command also there in Windows CMD to create a new file, which is echo dot less than greater than and then file name. So if I will write echo dot and then echo dot then slash and then example uh, 67 or let's say I want to create HTML file. Then if I will press enter, here you can see this is also the command by which I can do the same functionality as type null command, the echo command. तो इस कमांड से भी हम लोग सेम ही काम कर सकते हैं. तो मेरे दो कमांड्स है किसी भी नई फाइल को क्रिएट करने के लिए, एक टाइप कमांड, एक echo कमांड. ठीक. सो नो माय नेक्स्ट कमांड इज, हाँ, एक बात मैं आपको और बता दूं, जो ये दो कमांड्स है टाइप नल कमांड एंड echo कमांड, ये विंडोज के लिए है. लेकिन जो टच कमांड है, वेट अ मिनट, शुड नॉट बी कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. सो जो टच कमांड है ये मेरा मैक ओएस में काम करता है, जिसकी फंक्शनैलिटी सेम होती है टाइप कमांड और echo कमांड की जैसे, जो कि नई फाइल क्रिएट करता है. नो नेक्स्ट कमांड इज REN and del command. REN, the full form of REN command is rename command, and the full form of del command is delete command. So now I will make practically implement these commands so that it will make a good clarity. Hmm. So here you can see there are C files, and from terminal how you can see by writing dir command. Here you can see there are three files. Example
It's the
67
four
example file.
minutes.
Okay, okay. So wait. So here these are the three files. And let's say if I want to change the name of my second file, example file txt, to any other name, so I will use this command. Which command? I will use the command which is ren command, which is rename command. So if I will write ren, and which file I want to change, I want to change this second file, name of the second file, which is example file. So ex example file.txt, to what the new name which I have to give. Let's say I want to give the name as exp dot txt. So this is my new name, this is my old name, and this is my new name. And if I will press enter, so here you can see my new name was reset. My the name of the my older file was reset to exp.txt. So this is the way how you can change the name of the currently existing file. Rename the currently existing file. Now the next command is del command, which is a delete command. So let's say if I want to delete the file, and I want to delete the file, and the file name is exp.txt. Firstly I will try to create one more file by echo command, echo dot uh, let's say name of the file is text dot txt. So fourth file is here text.txt. Let's say if I want to delete exemplar ddd.txt, so I will use del command and then exemplar ddd.txt, and then if I will press enter, here you can see this file will be deleted. Let's say if I want to delete all the files that are ended with .txt extension, then I will write del delete, then star, which is saying to us that all the files whose extension name is txt. Let's delete all the files which are present in commands practice folder with the name, with the extension, with the ending extension as .txt. And if I will press enter, so here you can see, wait a minute, I have done some error. Sorry, I have to make one space in between. Del and then space, and then if I will press enter, तो these two files will be automatically deleted. So del कमांड के बाद अगर हम स्टार डॉट लगाते हैं तो ये डॉट टीएक्सटी लगाते हैं, तो हम एक एक्सटेंशन स्पेसिफाई कर देते हैं कि इस फोल्डर के अंदर जो भी टीएक्सटी एक्सटेंशन से एंडिंग फाइल्स है वो सारी फाइल्स डिलीट कर दो, तो ये डिलीट कर देता है ये कमांड से. So today I want to complete up to this. From the next slides I will cover all the rest commands which are left. So thank you. If anybody wants to ask anything, then he or she can ask.
No question.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, good night.